Hello students. In this first review we will look at linear equations. As you may remember, linear equations provide values of x and y which lie on a straight line in the coordinate plane. The form of equation with which we work the most is the slope-intercept form, which is expressed as y equals mx plus b. In this form, m represents the slope of the line and b represents the y-intercept. What is the slope of the line? The slope represents the steepness or flatness of the line. It is defined as rise over run. What is the y-intercept? The y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. If the line is crossing the y-axis, there is no movement along the x-axis, and x is 0. Remember that a negative slope can be seen in a line that goes down as you move from left to right along the coordinate plane. This is also represented by a negative value for m. In problem number 2, the equation is y equals x plus 2. In this equation, the coefficient of x, or the number multiplied by x, is 1, so the slope, or the rise over run, is 1 over 1. For each unit the line rises, it goes over 1 unit. The y-intercept is 2, so the line crosses the y-axis at 0, 2. Only answers B and C offer lines which cross the y-axis at 2. Of these, only B has a slope of 1. The slope of the line for C is 0. So the answer to number 2 is B. In problem C, you're asked to identify the equation for the line pictured in the graph. Look at the graph and identify any information you can from the graph. Where does the line cross the y-axis? It crosses the y-axis at y equals 1 or at point 0,1. From that point, the line rises 3 and goes over 1 for its next intersection at integers on the coordinate plane or at point 1, 4. This gives you a slope of 3. The equation for a line with a slope of 3 and a y-intercept of 1 is y equals 3x plus 1. The correct answer to problem 3 is A. In problem 4, you're asked to identify the equation which is non-linear. A linear equation is expressed by variables raised to the first power. X and y are both just x and y. In each of the choices but one given, x and y are both expressed in the first power. In choice C, though, 2x is multiplied by x minus 4, which raises 2x to the second power, or 2x squared. This is a quadratic equation, not a linear equation. So the choice that is nonlinear is C. The answer to problem number 4 is C. In problem 5, you're asked to identify the points which lie on the same line. In order for the points to lie on the same line, the increase from one x value to another must be the same as you move from point to point. Likewise, the change in the y value must be the same as you move from one point to another. We can look for the change in the x and y values in each set of points. In A, the x value goes from 0 to 1, from 1 to 2, and from 2 to 3 for a change of 1 in each set. However, the y value goes from -2 to -1 in the first two ordered pairs for a change of 1, but then goes from -1 to 2 for a change of 3. This cannot be on a straight line. In B, the change in the x value is the same as in A. However, like A, the y value goes from 0 to 1 in the first pair for a change of 1, but then from 1 to 4 for a change of 3. Again, this cannot lie on a straight line. In C, the x value again changes by 1 from point to point. Again, however, the y value goes from 0 to 1 in the first pair, but then from 1 to 8 in the second pair. This cannot be on a straight line. In choice D, we find that all x values and all y values increase by 1. Each of these points lies on the same line. D is the correct answer for problem number 5. In problem 6, we are asked to view a scatter plot and to find the approximate weight of a dog, which is 28 inches high. In order to do so, you will need to create a line of best fit. Draw a line which best fits the trend of the plotted points. By doing so, you will see that the weight of the dog, who is 28 inches high, is approximately 105 pounds. C is the correct answer for problem 6. If you need any help with any of these, if you have any questions about these, please let me know. Thank you.